I'd never seen an airplane on the ground before I got in the military. They meant nothing to me, and I didn't have any burning desire to be a pilot like Andy. Hell, he'd hang on fences and work and flew before he got in the military. I was raised in West Virginia, and they didn't have airports and airplanes back there, and I never flew in one until I think it was January of '42. I changed an engine on my AT-11, and my engineering officer came down to test hop the airplane and said, "Get in, you're going with me." And that was my first ride in the airplane. I got sick, and I didn't think there's much future in it.
But Yeager eventually saw there was indeed a future in it when he became an ace in a day, shooting down 5 German fighters in the same air battle. But even good pilots had their bad days. After just 8 missions, Chuck Yeager got shot out of the sky by a Focke-Wulf 190 over Bordeaux.
We were down south of Bordeaux and escorting B-24s, and some 190s jumped us, and I was tail-end Charlie in a flight and broke into him. I made a head-on pass, and I got hit 20 millimeters, making a head-on pass. The thick armor-protected windshield saved my tail. A 20 millimeter hit it, and it crazed, and I lost about half the left wing, and the prop came off the airplane, and it caught on fire when I got shot down.
There was no time to panic. The 21-year-old pilot released his parachute and spiraled from 5,000 meters to the ground below, German-occupied France. With shrapnel wounds in his hands and feet, Yeager limped off into the deep brush and spent the next 6 weeks dodging Germans. With the final air war raging above Germany, Chuck Yeager, shot down over occupied France, had made his way back to his squadron.
I got with the French underground, spent 6 weeks with them, went through the Pyrenees into Spain, was interned in Spain.
With the help of the French underground, and disguised as a woodcutter, Yeager made his way through southern France, then trudged through hip-deep snow over the Pyrenees. After one close call, encountering Germans in a mountain cabin, with bullets whizzing by his head as he escaped out of a window, Yeager staggered into Spain and turned himself in. When he finally reached his squadron in England after 6 harrowing weeks, Yeager was told he would not fly combat missions again.
If you're working with the underground, the Maquis, obviously, and if you go on another mission, you're shot down, then if you're captured, then you compromise the underground system.
After refusing to go home and appealing directly to General Dwight Eisenhower, Chuck Yeager was allowed to continue combat flying. His permission papers can be seen peeking out of his pocket in this photo.
It just so happened that the invasion started on June the 6th, 1944, and June the 8th I was allowed to go back on combat.
Once he returned, however, Yeager had trouble finding any action at all.
I only saw German fighters on 5 of my missions. That's all.
When the Mustang pilots finally encountered German fighters, they were easy targets. The Luftwaffe was on its last legs. No fuel, few pilots, and little training.